I've recently been afflicted with an addiction that has me hooked. Something more expensive than any drug and more time consuming than any bad habit. Motorsports. Be it the rally racing of WRC, the GT racing of the British Championship and Internationals, the street racing scenes from the US to the UK to Japan, the competitive and vast world of sim racing, or the pinnacle of motorsports, Formula One. All of it has become a thrill ride, and I'm struggling to get off. The high-speed action, the roar of the engines, the screeching of tyres, the mechanical grace of cars, the technical prowess of competitors on elaborate circuits, the on-track battles for lead position that can sometimes be so unforgiving you have millimeters of error margins for milliseconds of time. Every second counts when racing for that all-important podium position, and I can't get enough of it. But before I start blasting down togs like I'm in an 86 Trueno, or racing wheel to wheel on a real track, there's one problem. I don't have a car.
You serious?
Regretting my early life choices and wondering why my parents didn't force me to be a motorsports god from the age of 2. There was only one way I could enjoy my newfound passion: sim racing. So I looked for a setup that would work for me. One entry-level wheel later, and I found a release for this addiction. Finally behind the wheel, I've since been trying to improve my sim skills with mixed results.
Sorry.
Why you fucking coming fast? Fuck! Oh!
But that wasn't about to stop me. A bit of practice, getting used to racing, learning to stay on track, take apex turns and maintain speed, I was able to hold my own against the AI. I felt confident of my newfound skills, but also felt the predictability of the AI opponents didn't offer much in the realm of action. So I went looking for a real challenge. I started looking for a league to compete in, something beginner friendly to better test my skill. In my searching, I came across something that looked suitable: the World Sim Series. Offering a structured league of drivers wanting to take sim racing to that next level, I liked the idea of qualifying for a rookie license and working my way up. It presented a clear goal and a challenge to rise to, something to strive for. The goals were set: complete the qualifying laps in under the allotted time, and answer the questions in the race theory test to have a full rookie license. The first step: qualifying. Complete 5 consecutive laps in the Toyota GT86 at Mijon, ensuring that the times clocked in under 1:37.9. Let's go. practice I put in brought my time to a respectable 1:32 to 1:34 on average. Feeling confident, I started the qualifying trial for my rookie license, and after a few laps, I qualified and successfully achieved the rookie license. The only thing required was to take the race theory test. No sweat.
2 hours later.
One more retake and we were good to go, ready to look towards our first official race. Our first challenge was the Mazda League. New car, new track, new objective. Let's go. The first few tests around the track were shaky.
Why are we going so fucking fast, nigga? Hell, what?
That's barely a scratch, just ignore it.
What?
That's barely a scratch, just ignore it.
While doing some laps, I saw another driver also completing the required 5 laps.
Huh? Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Trying to keep pace with the car in front, I realised I had a ways to go for improvement. This guy felt like a speed demon at the time. The way he threw the car around the track and the pace grounded my expectations. There might be some competition here. It seemed on the night I couldn't count since I stopped at 4 laps, wondering why I couldn't start the race and join the grid. By the time I checked the requirements again, the race start timer had elapsed. It was also getting late, so I decided to call it a night. The next day I finished the last lap required and was cleared to enter the races. I'd love to share the footage, but Assetto Corsa has the amazing feature of only storing 20-ish megabytes of replays, which is barely 2 full laps. You'd think they'd store your replay for like a full drive session, but no. They'll just bring your recording to an abrupt stop and just yeet the remaining footage out the window. So word of warning, anyone that wants to record any footage, if you ever want to catch replays of your drive, make sure you increase the timer or face the disappointment of a significant chunk of your replay getting tossed out. I started second on the grid, so I must be setting some decent pace during the practice and qualifying laps. Once the race was underway, I started with a healthy position during the initial stint and maintained pace. Remember the word initial. Replace it with short-lived if you want, because that's what it was. But during my starting lap, I was thinking this was my moment, forgetting that we were less than a few minutes into a 15-minute run. Started promising though, so much so it appeared the cars behind were trying to keep pace with me and ended up in a few spills and battling behind in my wake. I started to feel cocky. The final turn into the beginning straight I was losing speed, but the space that the actual turn offered I should be hitting it way faster than I was, swinging out onto the curb, maintaining speed into the next lap. On the next lap I'll try it, I said to myself. I'll try to hit that turn with some more aggression and really utilise the track limits. Trying to not cause an incident on one of the turns, I panicked and maintained a super stiff line as I went around, and they approached, and obviously because of this I dropped into 3rd place. It was here the mistakes began to quickly appear. Internally though, I didn't feel this way at the time. I felt confident, I can do this. P3 is still good, we're still going strong. Just keep the composure and consistency of the practice laps and we should be good. But then I spotted the two cars in front increasing the distance from me. It looked like ultimately they had a better handling than me. They would often use all of the track limits and swoop out onto the exit curbs, allowing a fast, aggressive line. On the next go around, as you can see, I've aimed for the far curb and slammed the throttle. Understeers kicked in and half the car was in the gravel. Being on gravel mid-turn obviously made me lose control and, well, splat. Spotting the pace the drivers were doing caused me to make a grave mistake. The mistake? Attempting experimentation during an official race. During practice laps, this is the time to push yourself and test how much you and the car can handle in each turn and the optimum lines to take to squeeze the maximum performance out of your car. You're expected to spin out during this time, as this is kind of what the time is for. Learn the limits and stay within them during the race. Of course, for more seasoned drivers, I imagine incremental adjustments are required throughout the race, but for a rookie like myself, it's probably the dumbest thing you can try in a new approach to something. I should have found my stable motion and tried to keep in that groove until the end of the race, watch it back and improve. During the race, the failure to hit the corners at such speed felt like hesitation on my end, trying not to do too much all at once, attempting not to do too much turning, throttle or braking at the same time, so not to push the limit of my tyres. And this obviously dropped me back a bunch. I had one more minor slip after this.
Why live?
Oh shit, here we go again.
But then seemed to regain pace again. Overall, I ended up coming 6th place. An improvement from my last race, but I won't be stopping until I'm in that P1 podium position. This is just the start. Improvements will come eventually and I'll continue to try and learn new things and implement new things. Looking back to where I started not long ago, a fresh sim driver with basic wheels struggling to manage any turn during a race, I've definitely improved. Still struggling on some turns though, clearly.
That's barely a scratch, just ignore it.
Going from watching the real thing to driving the virtual courses, this motorsports sim racing amateur has found a new love in this incredible sport. Something I can't see myself finding boring anytime soon. But to think a racing and car novice could jump into the hot seat and take off to pole position was pretty overzealous of me anyway, to be honest. This craft clearly takes time, dedication and the utmost of skill. I mean, the fact that driving professionals refer to simulations like R-Factor, iRacing and Assetto Corsa as genuine car simulations and not games is one thing that keeps me interested and passionate anyway. It's the realism of it all. Maybe one day I can test my talent again from the sim world on a real track. That is a dream and a goal for another time though. Until then, I'll keep tearing up the digital tarmac and seeing how far I can pull at this thread. Until next time. If you stuck around this far in the video, you've either left your TV on, you've left your phone on the side somewhere, or you actually enjoy this content. I can't thank you enough for enjoying it and for watching till the end. It's been really fun making these things. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've just been struggling finding the right thing that would make me want to dive in and push past those hang-ups and not really care about it. So I'm glad that I found something that I'm passionate about to that point. I'll keep bringing out content whether or not people keep watching it. I guess I don't really know how this video is going to perform. Just having 10 people watching would be pretty cool, to be honest. Yeah. Bye.